Yo, I'm bored and I've played this game 9 trillion times, so let's do a challenge run. See if the old adage of games are 9,000 times harder when you play them while talking turns out to be true. So, this is Mother, also known as Earthbound Zero, also known as Earthbound Beginnings. I'm almost entirely certain that if you're watching this you knew that already, because I don't know about you, but I tend to watch videos about things I'm already interested in. But I'll give the spiel on this game anyway. So, this game came out in Japan under the name of Mother on the Famicom, and they made a translation of it for the NES, and then they never released it. And in that translation, they renamed it to Earthbound, and that translation was done by a dude named I think Phil Sandhop was his name. I know the Sandhop part's right. So I'm going to call that Sandhop translation. So Sandhop translation is made, it exists, and then later there's this dude named Tomato, who's a boss. He was one of the main dudes who worked on the Mother 3 fan translation. If anyone knows about that. But he did his own translation of this game. And he did a translation of the GBA port. So, Tomato translation, Sandhop translation. And then a man by the... well, man. Could be a woman. I don't know. A person by the name of Dragon de Platino, who is also a boss, made this ROM hack, which is what I'm playing. And this is Mother 25th Anniversary Edition. And this is... I say ROM hack, but... well, it is the right term, because it's a ROM hack. It hacks the ROM. But, when I think of ROM hack, I think of, like, a revamp. Well, this is a revamp, I guess. When I think of ROM hack, I think, like, basically a new game in the same engine. This isn't that. It's technically a ROM hack, and it's kind of a revamp, but it's a revamp in that it just takes the original NES version and makes it better. Do I have to press a button here? I guess I do. Alright. That was probably painful. But, anyway, so this is basically just a better version of the NES version. Cleaned up a bunch of things, which we'll pretty much get to as we come to them. But one notable thing that I'm going to start off with is this hack uses Tomato's translation instead of the Sandhop translation. So, those who haven't played this game before, which I'm willing to bet is few of you, as I stated before, this game is the precursor to a game that came out in America as Earthbound. Well, it was called Earthbound. It's the game with Ness in it from Smash Brothers. And this guy is Nintendo. He's not Ness, but he's basically Ness. And he beats up lamps for fun. So anyway, this is one of my favorite games of all time. Mostly just because I feel like there's kind of an elegant simplicity to it. One thing that, well, I'm an oddity in that there's 3 games in this series, and Earthbound is like the most famous one. That's the second game in the series. And Earthbound is probably my least favorite in the series. I feel that Earthbound, I don't really understand like the design philosophy behind a lot of it. In this game and Mother 3, which is the third game in the series, like, you can tell that there were a lot of themes that were pervading throughout the writing, I suppose. I'm not sure if I'm articulating this correctly at all. This probably sounds like gibberish, but whatever. I don't really get that sense of Earthbound. I don't really get an idea of what kind of message it's trying to convey. But, anyway, I'll talk more about what kind of themes I think this game's trying to convey once we get to actual evidence of those themes. So this is the first boss fight. It's hardly a boss fight, because all we can do at this point is bash. So, bash and you'll probably win, unless if you get unlucky smashed to death. Hey, lucky smashes. To death. And we got a level up. So Nintendo's the first character you get in this game. There are 4 characters in this game. Well, actually, technically there's 5. Yeah, I'll say it. There's 5 characters in this game. But you only have 3 at once at any time. And Nintendo is kind of like easily the best one. Like, no contest. There are two other characters that probably, like, they could be better than in 10, but the thing is you have them for, like, 2 seconds. Alright, you have one for 2 seconds, and you have one for, like, 3 seconds. Anyway, I just got the first melody. This game's about collecting the 8 melodies, which, we need because the game, well, it doesn't even tell us so. We need because we're meant to assume that we need them. And this is the phone, aka Nintendo's dad. AKA, he's talking to him over the phone. His dad is not the phone. It's a very common joke with NES. Alright, so Nintendo's dad doesn't know where the key to his own basement is. Also, I'm not entirely sure why they locked the basement, considering the basement is in the house. I'm pretty sure there's a lock on the front door of the house. Anyway, the basement key is on the collar of his dog. I'm not entirely sure you're supposed to figure that out. It's locked. This is one of the games where you have to go into the menu to do literally everything. But somehow I don't really mind it. It's kind of nice in that you don't find yourself just accidentally talking to dudes constantly. In the GBA version, you can use the left trigger to just automatically talk to or check whatever you're standing next to. Also, I want to talk to Nintendo's sister, just so I can point this out. She introduces herself every single time you talk to her. I'm not entirely sure why, considering she's your sister. Let's go ahead and save, because I save incessantly. Sounds like a solid plan. 13 XP to level up, and we will need to level up. You won't need to level up as much as in the base game, though, because one thing that this 25th anniversary edition... Oh, well, I just opened the map on accident. Yes, one thing that this 25th anniversary edition ROM hack does is it changes the graphics for the map. Now, the thing I was going to say was one of the things it does is pretty much revamps... I don't know if it revamps enemy stats, but it revamps the encounter rate. Like, I would have been like 5 battles by now in the base game. It revamps the encounter rate and experience, and it might do stats. I don't know. But anyway, the end goal is, well, the end result is there are less random battles you get thrown into, and you pretty much end up about the levels you need to be at while fighting less random battles. So anyway, this is the first town. In the Sandhop translation, it's called Podunk. In the Tomato translation, it's called Mother's Day. In the Japanese version, it's called Mother's Day. Tomato translation is mostly faithful, while the Sandhop translation takes liberties. Where am I going? Well, alright, so this game's pretty open-ended too. So I could go get the second melody right now, but the thing is, I think I need money to do that. No, wait, I don't need money to do that, because the guy will give it to me for free. Okay, you get money by killing things, which is why I have concerns about money, because I had yet to have killed anything. Gonna get some money after killing this centipede. The way money works in this game is your dad just automatically dumps it into your bank account every time you kill something. Also, man, I have 13 HP. Jeez. Well, I guess I did get... Yeah, I got beat up by lamps and I completely neglected to heal while I was at my house. So yeah, that would be the reason why. Your house you can heal up for free, but when you go into town here in Mother's Day / Podunk's Day, when you go to town here in Podunk's Day, then you have to stay at the hotel to heal. This is the shop. This is the ATM. This is where you get your money. So let's see how much money I have. $52. That's probably not enough to stay the night. But anyway, we have non-money reasons to be in here. As I'm willing to bet you probably know because you probably played this game before if you're watching this video. What's up, dude? Alright, so this guy asks you if you want a canary check. You say yes. He asks you if you'll pay $85 for it. You say no, he gives it to you for free. So anyway, we need this, because the canary chick lets us talk to a canary named Laura, who is very happy to see her chick returned, and then we get the second melody. You eventually get other party members than Nintendo in this game, as I kind of blatantly mentioned earlier and forgot about. But you spend a lot of this game with just Nintendo. It takes a stupidly long amount of time for you to get your... Well, alright. It takes a stupidly long time for you to get your second semi-permanent party member. You have one party member you have, like, in between there, but that doesn't really count. Not in my eyes. This crow is probably going to steal my bread. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Nope. Not doing it yet. I see I'm already almost dead. You're probably gonna die in the beginning. Excuse me. In the beginning stages of this game, unless you're, like, a total boss. Because, frankly, you just kind of need to become strong enough to solo everything. I've only played through this ROM hack once, so a lot of like my general opinions on things are formed off the version that has the Samhop translation, which is Earthbound Beginnings, and if you knew it, is that way before Earthbound Zero. Earthbound Zero being the localized version made by Sandhop that they never release. Earthbound Beginnings is the Wii U re-release of that ROM they never released, so I guess it's not a re-release. It's a virtual console version of a game that never came out. Which is kind of weird. Oh, crud. Well, you know, I'm not at 8 HP anymore, so I probably don't need to heal after that. Anyway, I think Canary Village is to the left. That's where we need to turn in our chick. Garruk Snake. Yeah, anyway, this game is supposed to be easier than the Sandhop translation. Which I don't know why I keep referring to the ROM as the translation, because translation should probably refer to the text, not the ROM itself. So this game's easier, probably, or it's supposed to be, than Beginnings and Zero. The GBA version, Tomato's translation of that, he had an item called the Easy Ring, which if I remember correctly, I think that doubled the XP you got and the money you got. And it was pretty great. That was how I played through this game the first time I played it. I've beaten this game probably like 6 times or so. I know I did one run with the Easy Ring, where I just blatantly skipped one of the party members later on. And if I remember, I'll point out which party member that is, because she's completely optional. It's kind of weird. But, man, words are hard. Anyway, we got the second melody. What was I going to say earlier? Jeez. You know, I don't think the challenge run is doing well in the game. I think the challenge run is doing well with actually speaking. At least that's the challenge I'm running into. It's probably bound to happen when you have the game down to muscle memory. Oh yeah, I was talking about how many times I've played this game. So I first played this game on the GBA version. I first played the GBA version, and I played it the weekend that Smash 3DS came out. I had downloaded it on an iPad, and like the day before, and was playing it. And Smash 3DS came out, and I got it, and I played it for like a couple hours, and then I just like marathoned this game for the weekend. I had played Earthbound and Mother 3 before it, and like, probably part of why I like this game so much was I had very low expectations, because a lot of the fanbase really gets down on this game, which, to be fair, there are definitely, all their complaints I'd say are valid. They just don't bother me, really. But, anyway, I expected this game to kind of be garbage, and then it turned out that I just sort of adored it, so... It's also very short. That encounter rate. This is the lowered encounter rate. It's also very short, so it's kind of easy to just play it like 9 trillion times. This is the kind of game where I can just pick it up and just do a run through on it. Just no problem. Well, there's definitely problems, because I kind of refuse to use a map in this game, which does become problematic sometimes. But, point is, there are people who like play Ocarina of Time like 9 trillion times. This is my Ocarina of Time in that respect. I've always kind of had like a thing for super grindy RPGs. Pokemon Colosseum is one of my favorite Pokemon games, and if you ever play that game, then you know how it tends to just be hallways with trainers to fight for like 9,000 years. So I think part of it is it's just kind of relaxing to just like sit down and press A. There's not really a whole lot of stress in it. Although I am kind of dying, I just noticed. This is what happens when you pay like no attention to your health. Yeah, this guy's probably gonna Shrek me. Oh crap, I meant to run. Alright, so we're screwed. So first death. Let's go. Oh hey, I lived. No, we don't want to look at the vast world of Mother. I might be able to heal at that church up ahead. Let's eat my bread and check. Now if I was smart, you can use the bread to lay a trail of breadcrumbs. Then you have a crumbs item in your inventory. And you can just select the crumbs item and use it, and then you'll go back to wherever you started your trail of breadcrumbs. So, spoilers, you have to backtrack through this graveyard once you get to the end, so it probably wouldn't have been smart to just use the bread before I, Thanks, dude, for the healing. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can survive while I run home. Probably won't, let's be honest. But, anyway, you can just set trail breadcrumbs at, the beginning of the cemetery, and then, you'll be fine. Just like teleport back to the beginning once you get the thing you need from there. Speaking of which, the thing you need is a girl named Pippi who got lost in the graveyard and there's a bunch of zombies. If you actually talk to people in the town, you would know that, but yeah, I've played this game so many times that I just kind of like don't talk to people. A lot of the times, what they have to say does not concern me too much. I'm willing to bet if I walk back to my house, try and heal for free instead of going to the inn, I probably won't die. And if I do die, there's like no penalty for death at this point in the game, besides just going back to the last place where you called your dad. And reason for that is your penalty for death is that, man, words are hard. Your penalty for death is that, yeah, you know, this really is the part of the challenge run. The part of the challenge run is not playing the game well, it's collecting your thoughts. The penalty for death is you lose half the money you have on hand. But if you just leave all your money in the ATM, there's like absolutely no problem with that. But the other penalty for death is you go back to where you last called your dad, which can be problematic. That's really the big penalty, honestly. You just leave all your money in the bank, you're fine. Another thing that this ROM hack does is there's new sprites for the enemies. And in the original, there's one battle theme, Battle Against a Dangerous Foe, which, I don't know if we run into that yet or not. I have not paid enough attention. But that was a battle theme for like almost everything. And in this game, in the original there were two other battle themes that played sometimes, rarely. And in this ROM hack, those two battle themes show up a lot more often, so you're going to hear a lot less of Battle of Dangerous Foe. Because that was another one of the pretty valid complaints people have with this game, was that they're hearing that like 9 trillion times. I frankly never really have a problem with that, just because I pretty much adore like all the music in this game. Except like the shrieky alien siren noises. That's not really super. Anyway, I could spend money on more bread, but I'm saving up my money for a weapon, so... Although, you know, it'd probably be better to just... I probably won't even buy the weapon, honestly, because not long after, when I'll probably get enough money, we can get an even better weapon for free. So, scratch that. I'm not saving up my money for a weapon, I'm hoarding my money for defensive items that we're not going to be able to buy until the next town. Oops, no, I didn't want to open the menu. Also, you can hold down the B button to run. That was not in the Japanese version. Sandhop added that. Well, I say Sandhop, but he's not the only person who worked on the localization. Someone added that in the localized version. So, I cannot imagine playing this game without the run button. Because I think another one of the things that I do like about it over Earthbound and Mother 3 is just how easy it is to just zoom across the overworld. Mother 3 you do have dashing, but I think it's kind of clunky in the way that you have to just kind of stop and hunch over before you do it. Earthbound, there's literally no way to run at all, and it's kind of awful. Okay, literally no way. There's skip sandwiches. you can use inventory space to run for 6 seconds. Yeah, that's great. So I made a patch for Earthbound that gave it a run button, I know that. I've never played it though, because I play Earthbound on the Wii U Virtual Console, so it doesn't really help. We need a way to stick ROM hacks on Virtual Console. Play Fire Emblem Last Promise on Wii U Virtual Console. Anyone played that? It's completely off topic. Mr. Batty's in Mother 3, and he has a battle theme that sounds like the intro to Batman. It's pretty great. There's a... talking about other ROM hacks, there's a ROM hack... there's a ROM hack of Earthbound that's being worked on what is it? Is it Starman.net? I'm not sure. I know the site is related to Fangamer. I don't really follow the fandom of this series too much, but there is a ROM hack of Earthbound that's being worked on that's a remake of this game in Earthbound, made by a dude named HS, and a bunch of other people, but mostly a dude named HS. And it's looking pretty good. I've been following it for a long time. Excuse me. So yeah, if you're interested in this game, I suggest checking that out. Battles start to speed up a lot more later in the game when you start to get other party members that can actually do things other than in 10. It helps that these bats are beating each other up. Yeah, another thing you can do that I completely neglected to do is you can go into options and increase your there's an option for increasing battle speed. I guess that just makes the text scroll faster. I should do that when I remember. Thank you for killing yourself, Mr. Batty C. That sounded very harsh. Oh, well, get smashed. Get double smashed. Rip. Stop smashing yourself, brah. N10 leveled up. Yay. I should probably explain what the stats are, because this game is kind of cryptic on that. Alright, I don't want to look at the vast world of Mother. Keep pressing start trying to open the menu. Start opens the map, so sorry about that. Yes, I got life up. Alright, you can heal yourself with life up. So, that greatly eases the endurance test aspect of this game. Alright, that's not the way we want to go. I think, yeah, here's where we're going to go. Alright, so here's Pippi. Check. Donna! Sup, Pippi? Oh wait, I have to talk to her. Yes, I'm a brave kid. Join me. Alright, so Pippi's one of the 5 party members I talked about earlier. She was the one I talked about who's in your party for like literally 2 seconds. And she's also probably would be better than N10 if she actually stuck around. Look, her HP is about the same, but she destroys stuff. Look at that! I mean, she did get smashed, but her attack is weirdly high. I recall reading somewhere that the final party member you get is a big buff guy named Teddy. Which you should know because A, if you're watching this, you probably played this game before, and B, I named him on the character naming screen. But I remember reading somewhere that Pippi just has like the same she has like the same stats as Teddy. That's not correct because she comes to level 5 and her stats are way lower than when Teddy comes. I guess I read like her gross or something are the same as Teddy. I don't really know how excuse me. I'm not entirely sure how stat growths work in this game. I do know there are stats that affect the growth of other stats. Like vitality. If you have high vitality, then you get more HP. Shrek. I believe IQ is the same for PP. Get wrecked, fake zombie. Those are called pseudo-zombies in the Sandhoff translation. Kinda like that. So yeah, this is the point where using bread sure would have been a good idea, but oh well. Look, we're already out. And I just walked into nothing. I'm probably gonna do that a lot as maps get more complicated, Just throwing that out there. Do I have enough money for that new weapon? Well, I decided I wasn't gonna buy it. Come on, me. You're better than this. Get out of my way, dude. That guy's actually a zombie. Don't talk to him. Like, he literally actually is a zombie. He will fight you and try to kill you. Okay, so once we get Pivy, we're supposed to take her to the mayor's house. Well, this isn't his house. This is City Hall. And I just ran into the wall instead of talking to the mayor. Sure that left a good impression. Stunning work, lad. Clap, clap, applause. Remember to tell your mother that the mayor rescued you. And I got $300. This game does have some witty writing, just like not as much as the later games, which is part of the reason why I don't really talk to people too much. It's the key to Cream Puff Zoo. He has plenty of extra keys. I don't know why he gives out extra keys, because it kind of seems like you would need extra keys, but then you actually don't. Like, you'll see when we get there. Or you already know, because you've probably played this game before. So anyway, I don't know how long I can do this without causing my audio and credit dislink, so I'm gonna go ahead and just, like, heal at my house, and then we'll start the next episode. Also, Pippi can teleport. If I recall correctly, you have to say, no, you're not brave, and then yes, we'll meet again. Alright, and then she gives you, well, now I don't want to look at the badge roll, mother. She gives you the Franklin badge. The Franklin badge is important because there's a spell later in the game called PK Beam Gamma that can one-shot you, and the Franklin badge deflects that spell. So, you want Franklin badges. I'm Minnie. Yes, yes you are, sis. Take the basement key, because I don't need that clogging my inventory. You can't throw out the basement key, but you can throw out zoo keys. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I will scoot to bed. Alright, so I'm gonna save it, Dad, and then the episode will be over. I have $256. Yeah, so I can afford that new weapon even if I want to. Speaking of which, I should probably deposit my $100 in the bank, but I'm kinda too lazy. So whatever. Anyway, that's it. So, adios.